Today we're going to be going over to Hollywood Studios to do some Toy Story Land. And we're also going to be going over to Animal Kingdom to check out the new baby giraffe on the wildlife safari.
We want to help protect the local animals. Over the years, these animals have grown used to the presence of people. That's good news for us. We usually see them better. Now, sometimes the animals can come up really close, which sounds pretty cool, but for their safety, just make sure to keep any food items closed and put away while on board. We don't want any of these wild animals munching on any human food item. Alright, here we go. We're entering the Little Aitori Forest. Forests are often home to animals with excellent camouflage. That's the ability to blend into the background. It can make these forest animals tricky to spot. For instance, take a look off towards the far right, kind of in that back corner, close to the bamboo. You can see a very odd-looking creature called an okapi. She's half hidden by the bushes, but see her long, dark neck kind of poking out above the bushes there. Okapi are odd-looking creatures because they actually have stripes like zebras on their legs, but only on their legs. Their top half is that deep chestnut color. Their closest relative is actually the giraffe, not the zebra, which if you can see the face, it's kind of giraffe-like, very long like a giraffe's anyway. They're extremely shy, not even discovered by the Western world until 1901. It's pretty recent. There's a large animal.
Yeah, they're not even.
Watering holes like this one on your left make important gathering places for lots of animals in the forest. It often gives us an opportunity to see one of the rarest animals out here, the black rhino. Lately our black rhino sightings haven't been that good though. It's because there's not that many left. Black rhinos are an endangered species. There's only about 5,000 left in the entire world. They're still poached pretty heavily for their horns. We don't always get to see one, but we'll keep a lookout just in case. Now if you look down below in the dirt, there's some dainty looking hoof prints, which means some antelope probably passed through here recently. Keep an eye out for them too. See if they're still hanging out in the area somewhere. There's something. Top of the hill to the left, you'll see some orange-colored antelope called bongo. Bongo are known as the ghosts of the forest because normally they're very rarely seen. They're very shy. That's probably why they're way up there.
They're right there.
I see a light tan antelope kind of back behind some of these tall thickets here as well. That's a light tan-colored antelope called the greater kudu. It's really hard to see though, but I'm pretty sure that's a female. I didn't see any horns. For the kudus, only the males have horns. Now we're going to exit the forest, go ahead up this hillside, and approach the Safi River. In the waters of the Safi River, keep a lookout, everybody, for some kiboko and mamba. Kiboko is Swahili for Nile hippopotamus. Mamba is Swahili for Nile crocodile. Hippos are one of the largest land animals in the world. Fully grown male hippos can weigh more than 5,000 pounds. They are nocturnal, that means they're most active at night, so hippos are usually sleeping during the day, usually just below the surface where they can hold their breath up to 8 minutes long. You can see me on the right. They might be upriver though. Ah, there they are. You can see a couple on the left. Hippos are so heavy, you gotta sink right down to the bottom of the riverbed, so they typically walk or glide along the bottom to get around, which makes them look very graceful. Now also on the island are some pink-backed pelicans. During their mating season, their backs will turn kind of a light shade of pink, hence their name, pink-backed pelican. But don't worry about the birds, they're not on the menu. Hippos are herbivores, which means they only eat plants. There's a couple more, look at that. Their eyes, ears, and nose are all located at the very top of their head because it makes it easy for them just to poke out the tip of their head to get a look around, take a breath, listen for what's going on. That way they can keep most of their body submerged under the water. Alright, I gotta warn you. Coming up around the corner, we're gonna cross a very old bridge. This one makes me kind of nervous. It's, it's seen some better days. And also Nile crocodiles like to hang out under it. They definitely make me nervous, so we're gonna take this old bridge pole pole. It's very slowly in Swahili. You see be a couple at least. Now, crocodiles are definitely one of the largest African carnivores. From the tip of their nose to the tip of their tail, they've been known to reach up to 20 feet long. Our researchers are doing some studies on them right now. That's why they're color-coded. Just make sure you do stay seated, though. Those are not animatronic. And this bridge doesn't sound very good. Yeah. This kind of creaky, but luckily we made it safely. Just hope we don't have to cross any more of those old bridges today. And now we're going to head on over towards Savannah, which is a different ecosystem from what we've seen so far. With different animals too. Speaking of different, coming up around the corner, we're approaching one of the reserve's ancient baobab trees. Coming into view up here on the right. These giant trees can go leafless up to 9 months out of the year. So you'll notice there's no leaves on the branches right now. It's not really the right season. It's one way the tree conserves water. Baobabs can be ancient because they can live for thousands of years. They're pretty common on the reserve though. That's just the first of many we'll see out here. Now this is one of the best views in the whole reserve right here. These are the Serengeti grasslands. These grasslands stretch for several hundred miles throughout East Africa. It's kind of like a super highway for millions of migrating animals that pass through here each year, like wildebeest. But more familiar animals tend to live here all year round, like elephants and giraffes, which we'll keep a lookout for as we move along. This is all part of the wild Africa, working together to try and save. Not seeing too many animals yet, but keep a lookout. I'm sure they're around here somewhere. Oh, I actually just spotted a hyena straight ahead of us. Looks like he might be on this, there's like a cave-like structure coming up on the left. Looks like he or she is right on top of that. We'll get a little closer. Hyenas are really interesting social creatures. They live in big groups called clans, so there can be a lot of males as well as a lot of females in a clan. However, with hyenas, it's all about the girls. Every single male is outranked by every single female. It's called a matriarchy when the females are in charge. Well, let's see where he's going. Great. Oh yeah, there's another one in the cave too. Taking any up. They're nocturnal, most active at night. Hyenas are often thought of as scavengers, but the truth is they hunt the majority of their food. Really good hunters too. It only takes about 4 hyenas to attack and consume an entire wildebeest in about 30 minutes, minus the skull. Apparently that takes longer. Take a look out towards your left. You can check out these dark brown antelope. These are sable antelope, which are the official symbol or emblem for the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. We think they make a beautiful silhouette with those long, curved horns, which can reach about 5 feet long or so. And coming up on both sides of the trunk, you can see these large mounds of earth. These are termite mounds. Termites make them as hard as concrete. Hard enough that elephants will use them as a scratching post. Once they're worn down enough, smaller antelope will climb up on top of the termite mounds. They'll use them as a lookout post. Now and then keep a lookout for predators. Termite mounds are basically made out of 3 things. They're made out of dirt, saliva, and dung. I also see some knocked down trees around. It's always a good indication of elephants. Elephants will knock down trees in order to eat them. It's good for the environment in a way, unless the grass is spread more. There's a giraffe up ahead. Let's head over that way. Giraffes help out too by eating the undersides of the trees, which allows light to enter onto the lower savanna. And giraffe is getting pretty close to the road there. In fact, she might be crossing the road in front of us. This is actually this is a juvenile male actually, probably a couple of years old. So he's not a baby, but he's not fully grown. So it goes up into the horn, it cools down, then it goes back down into their body to cool down too. They're not babies. They just don't get very big. Maybe 100 pounds at the most. Imagine how small their babies would be. Oh, speaking of babies, there's a baby giraffe. Look at the little one. There's the new baby. Truck on the far right. Oh, no, that one's young. That one's only a couple, maybe 3 months old at the most.
Zebra.
As you can see in the picture, this is our newest addition on Kilimanjaro Safaris at Disney's Animal Kingdom. It's our new baby giraffe. She's 3 months old.
There's another one on the left. There's two on the right. Giraffes spend about 16 to 20 hours out of their day eating. This includes chewing their cud a lot like a cow does, so looks like that's what they're all doing. Just eating away. But they only spend 30 minutes out of their day sleeping is all. They don't really sleep a whole lot. They do eat a whole lot though. Now I see some knockdown trees up ahead, which I think means we're getting closer to elephant country, so we're going to keep an eye out for them, see if we can find some elephants soon. However, keep an eye out on the left as well, because we're coming up on Monkey Points. This really rocky area over here on the left. And mandrills, which are a kind of monkey, they like to gather on the rocks. Oh, actually right now they're kind of back behind these little trees. Keep an eye out for the really colorful, that really big one. That's probably a male. Male mandrills can get up to 100 pounds, 3 times the size as the girls. They're also well identified by their very colorful faces. Really ornamental markings on their face, and on the other end as well too. So you can see a little bit of that back end is poking out there. Yeah, one of the most colorful monkeys in the world because of these markings. Now, I haven't seen any elephants. I did see a researcher out and about, so they might be a little bit further along, but we'll keep an eye out. Oh, the road's closed. Nice of them to tell me these things. Doesn't even look like there's a road there. It's probably why it's closed. It's okay. I know a detour. Just take the old service bridge, I guess. Okay. Old bridge around the corner. I'm not really a fan of it. It kind of makes me nervous. This one's seen some better days, too. No worries, though. I'm sure it's perfectly safe, because it's probably been well traveled on. Yeah. Just don't look down. I'm not looking down. Okay. So far, so good. Except for that noise. These old bridges creak and groan. I'm sure that's normal. Yeah, that's not normal, everybody! Lean right! Save your driver! Oh, I think it's working. Alright, nobody move a muscle. Front tires are off, so your driver's safe. That's good. Back tires are off. Hakuna Matata, no worries, everybody. We made it safely. That's the last bridge I'm crossing today. Oh, we can cross under, but this should be okay. Alright, it was a little touch and go there for a moment, but we made it to the red clay pits. Elephants eat small amounts of the clay since it's full of nutrients and minerals they don't find in their normal diets of plants. That's why you can see the tusk marks and footprints down below. Let's go see if they're still hanging out in the area. Scientists on the reserve have been studying elephant vocalizations here. We're hoping that the more we understand about how they talk to each other, the better able we'll be to protect them from threats like poaching. One thing they've learned from these studies is that elephants are actually afraid of bees. Yeah, they don't like bees. They actively avoid areas with bees, and scientists can use this information to help protect farmers' crops in Kenya, where they've been having big issues with elephants coming in and raiding croplands. Because one elephant alone eats about 300 pounds of vegetation a day. An entire herd can devastate a farmer's crops, and they'll defend their crops, of course. So that's why by placing beehive fences around the farmer's crops, they've been doing a great job at keeping out the elephants, which keeps them safe. So it's a great program. It's called the Elephants and Bees Project. It's one of their favorite watering holes. They love playing in the water on really hot days, but I guess they don't think it's hot enough right now. Looks like a flock of greater flamingo are visiting the island on the left. Greater flamingo have the lightest pink color of all flamingo species. They do get their pink color from eating shrimp, which you might have heard before. Yeah, it's true. They just don't eat the same kind of shrimp that we do. Flamingos like tiny little brine shrimp, which are rich in a vitamin called carotene. It's this vitamin that's thought to turn their feathers pink. If you ever see a baby flamingo, when they first hatch, they're actually gray in color. It takes the chicks a couple of years sometimes before they're fully pink. It's a bit of a slow process. Now earlier we didn't have much luck with black rhinos, so I'm hoping we'll have better luck with their larger cousin, the white rhino, entering their territory. But even though great effort has gone into protecting the white rhino from poaching, they're still poached pretty heavily for their horn. It's very valuable in the black market. Our wardens are going to keep a lookout for poachers from that platform on the left. Unfortunately, it looks like they might have confiscated some elephant tusks and rhino horns. Still a big problem with poaching, even in protected reserves like this one. I do see some zebras coming up. We'll see if we can get a little closer. Now, folks, if you've ever wondered if zebras are black with white or white with black, well, it's a good time to find out. It's actually really easy to tell. You can tell by looking at their nose. Their nose is black. That's an indication of their dominant skin color. So technically, zebras are black with white stripes. Now you know. The stripe pattern is kind of like a camouflage technique. They don't really camouflage into the environment. They camouflage into each other. Because most predators, when they hunt, they single out an individual animal to hunt. Zebra stripes in a big herd just kind of blend together. So it makes it difficult for a predator to pick out one. These next two are going to be super close. We're going to have to go slowly by them. Oh, there's a cheetah on the hill, though. About halfway up the hill, look out for just her head. She's kind of, I guess she's lying down, and she's got her head poking up. She might be checking out these zebras, but they're way too big for cheetahs to go after, so no worries. Cheetahs, of course, are the fastest land animals, capable of reaching those high speeds of over 60 miles per hour. But like most cats, they spend a good part of their day napping. She looks a little sleepy up there. Now, speaking of big cats, coming up around the corner, we're approaching a large rock formation called a kopje. Kopjes are big rocks that jut out above the savanna. They make excellent vantage points for animals like lions to look out for prey from. Or just to lie around in the sun on, which lions often do. Yeah, there's a lion. I just spotted him. He's on the edge of the looks like the cliff on the left, so we'll see if we can go around and get a better view of him. Oh, there he is. But he's doing what lions do best. That's napping. Look at that. Yeah, that's what they spend most of their day doing. About 18 to 20 hours out of their entire day is spent napping or resting. They're nocturnal, most active at night. And you might see a lioness behind him. So we'll see if we can get another view of her. The lionesses actually do most of the hunting for the pride. Males do some, but their main job is to protect the pride and the territory. That leaves the ladies to do most of the hunting. You can actually check out a couple white rhinos. However, we're going to get a closer view of them in just a moment if they stay put. So we'll go around and get a better view of this lioness first. Actually, I think there's two up there. There's one in between. It's all the way down. Yeah. Nap time. The lions, they're well equipped for hunting at night. Their night vision is about 6 times stronger than ours is, so they can certainly see well at night for hunting. They also have these padded paws that give them the ability to sneak up on their prey in the dark. So they're also very effective nighttime hunters. Going up on the left, you can check out some warthog burrows. Oh, and a warthog. Warthogs use those big sharp tusks for digging. They use them for defense against predators as well too. And I love watching warthogs eat. They get down on their front knees. It's because their neck doesn't really bend too good, so they actually have to get down lower on their front knees. They use those big sharp tusks for digging as well as defense. So if you ever see a warthog go into a burrow, they're going backwards. Alright, here's the white rhinoceros coming up again. Now at the moment they don't look too white, but they're not actually named for their color anyway. The name white is a mispronunciation of an Afrikaans word, white, which means wide. That refers to their very wide mouth. I'm going to pull up a little bit so we get a better angle. So over the years, the white rhino became the white rhino, and that's how they got their name. Pretty much the color of a rhino is the color of the mud they rolled in that day, for the most part. There's also nests. Those are ostrich eggs. Off towards the right under that tree. Ostrich are the largest bird, so naturally they lay the largest bird egg. Eggs weigh about 3 pounds each. I didn't see any ostrich. They don't always stray too far from the eggs, but they gotta eat, so they might be foraging for food. Honestly, there's not too much that can hurt an ostrich egg. A human being can stand on one of those eggs, it would not crack. They're that strong. Now they do have to support the weight of an adult ostrich, which can weigh over 300 pounds for the males, so those eggs gotta be pretty strong. We're coming up on Magadi Glen. A glen is similar to a valley. Magadi is Swahili for hot springs, but there's some small geyser activity in the area. Occasionally antelope and birds will pass through as well, which we'll keep an eye out for. Although at the moment, the glen looks a little quiet. If you see some birds. Coming up on the right are some yellow-billed storks, which are very self-descriptively named. These birds are quite a carnivore. They're going to eat all kinds of little animals like fish, frogs, lizards, snakes, sometimes even other birds. What they're doing right now is they're keeping their bills open in the water. That way, if anything swims through, they just kind of snap it closed. Snap up and eating a mooch through that bill. We've been pretty lucky. We've seen some really cool, very close animals on the reserve today. Here on the reserve, we're working on a few ways to help protect a lot of the animals we've seen today. One thing we're doing is promoting the recycling of cell phones. Cell phones contain a metallic ore called coltan, which is mined heavily in Central Africa. But the mining for coltan is responsible for much of the habitat loss and overhunting that goes on in Central Africa today. A real simple way to help out is actually by recycling old or broken cell phones that might be lying around your house, because the coltan inside them is still reusable. And a lot of electronic stores have places to recycle cell phones, so that's one way you can actually help out African wildlife. Alright, well sadly I guess we've reached the end of our safari. A little sad, but hey, your adventure doesn't have to end here. If you want to continue your safari on foot, you might want to go check out Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail, coming up at the top of the hill to the right when you exit. It's a little walking tour to go see gorillas, colobus monkeys, including a baby colobus monkey, meerkats, naked.
Alright, so we're over at Studios now. We're gonna go in here and do some playing over in Toy Story Land. Mostly because I hadn't been over here since it opened. I was over here for the cast preview and that was it. And now you can actually see what it looks like if you've not ever been. Yay! So you'll notice behind me in the parking lot, that right there, that's gonna be part of the new gondola station. Well, it's actually part of the gondola towers that is gonna bring the gondola in and out. And flip the camera around. Right over there is one of the gondola platform for Hollywood and another one of the towers. And also they're building new bus load zones around here. Let me see if I can get the camera to turn around so I can show you. They're Star Wars! Oh my God, this is fun! I love this ride!
You're gonna see our destiny. You gotta find me. Does everybody You have nothing to fear with me on the job. I am ever vigilant. I've been programmed to ensure that nothing escapes my notice. My sensors are on constant alert for the slightest sign.
So I've got to say, after going in Toy Story Land and riding Slinky Dog, doing some Toy Story Mania, I'm not the best at Toy Story Mania, but I give it a shot. I think my overall was 200,000 points. But overall, after being in here and getting to see everything again since the cast preview, I believe anybody that comes here is going to thoroughly love it and enjoy it. Now we do have a lot of cool things going on, like Galaxy's Edge, which is being built right behind that wall behind me. While you're watching the video, or if you rewind and watch me on Slinky Dog again, you might just be able to see Galaxy's Edge in the background. But it is a little windy out, so you can probably hear the wind. But I believe, all in all, a rough day has turned into a fairly nice afternoon. I'm gonna finish everything up, go grab something to eat, and get out of here and head home. But you know, I'm going to continue to do the vlogs whenever I get a chance. Actually, before I go home, I'm going to go do Star Tours, because it's only a 5-minute wait. Yay! So just remember, keep up with the vlog. Who knows what I might be going, where I might be doing. But yeah, so that's gonna end this vlog with me headed into Star Tours. So remember, oh boy, it's swell to see you, pal. Y'all have a good night.